Israeli Air Force strikes Doha, Hamas officials targeted. This afternoon, the Israeli Air Force carried out a series of airstrikes on the capital of Qatar, Doha. According to the Israeli side, the target of the attack was a building housing senior members of the Hamas political bureau. It is already known that one of the organization's leaders was killed, though his name has not yet been officially disclosed. Despite Qatar possessing modern military infrastructure and having purchased advanced air defense systems from the US and European countries, its air defense systems failed to respond and did not intercept the Israeli strike. This raises many questions. Was this due to technical unpreparedness, internal political decisions, or the suddenness of the attack? Israel has officially confirmed the operation. In a joint statement by the Israeli Defense Forces and the Shin Bet Security Service, it was stated, the Israel Defense Forces and Shin Bet, with the support of the Air Force, recently carried out a targeted strike against the senior leadership of the terrorist organization Hamas. The members targeted have led the organization's activities for many years and bear direct responsibility for the mass killings of October 7th and for leading the war against the State of Israel. In recent months, Qatar had served as one of the few venues for negotiations, discussing possible ceasefires and prisoner exchanges. Doha had established itself as a mediator listened to by the US, Arab states, and even Hamas itself. For the Islamic world, Qatar represented a symbol of a peacekeeping mission and the fulfillment of its religious duty, the pursuit of a just and lasting peace. What makes this even more tragic is that Israel struck the capital of a country that was actively trying to halt the bloodshed. For many Muslims, this is a blatant example of betrayal and treachery. Qatar opened its doors for dialogue and showed goodwill in the name of peace, only to be met with attacks on its own territory. In the Islamic world, this is already being called a stab in the back, demonstrating that Israel is not genuinely interested in negotiations and is deliberately undermining bridges to a peaceful resolution of the conflict. Now, with strikes hitting the Qatari capital, many experts and political figures state that Israel effectively exploited Doha's trust and openness. Instead of respecting the mediation efforts, Israel chose a forceful approach. In the Arab world, this is already referred to as a stab in the back against a country seeking ways to achieve peace. Official statements from Qatari authorities have not yet been issued, but diplomatic sources report that the attack has caused shock in Doha. Behind the scenes, it is being discussed that the Israeli strike could be a turning point. Qatar may abandon its mediation mission and adopt a tougher stance toward Israel. A strong reaction is also likely from Qatar's allies, Turkey and Iran, which traditionally support Palestinian resistance. The US and European countries may find themselves in a difficult position. On one hand, coordinating actions with Israel, while on the other hand, actively supporting Qatari-led negotiations. Political analysts warn that the strike on Doha could significantly expand the geographic scope of the conflict. If Qatar, which had remained neutral, is drawn into the conflict, it could lead to a redistribution of power across the Middle East and create a new wave of tensions in Arab-Western relations. In light of these events, global media and analysts predict a worsening of the crisis and a rise in anti-Israel sentiment across the Islamic world. It is worth noting that all of this is occurring against the backdrop of a bloody war in the Gaza Strip, ongoing for many months. Israeli strikes hit densely populated areas daily, leaving millions of civilians in a humanitarian catastrophe. Shortages of food, water, medical supplies, and electricity exacerbate their suffering. According to international organizations, civilian casualties are rising every day, and refugees are forced to live in overcrowded camps without basic living conditions. As a Muslim and author of the Bismillah channel, I urge all brothers and sisters to unite in prayers to the Almighty. Today, when blood flows in Gaza and treacherous strikes reach even those attempting peace negotiations, our greatest strength lies in dua and sincere supplication to Allah. We must pray to the Almighty for the swift end of this terrible war, for the protection of innocent women, children, and the elderly suffering from bombings and hunger. May Allah grant patience to those who have lost loved ones, and may the gates of mercy open for all martyrs who have died for the truth. Now, more than ever, it is important not only to follow the news, but also to strengthen our spiritual resilience. May every prayer contribute to ending this bloodshed, ensuring justice prevails, and restoring